What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and this video will be my review on DNF Duel. Now for the video, I will be assessing the game as a package. I will try to focus more on the content that it has. I won't go too in depth or anything about character specific, mechanics, or anything related to like character breakdowns and stuff like that. I am at best an intermediate player when it comes to fighting games, so if you want something more specific, more tailored to like going in depth with the characters, sadly this video isn't that. I will be looking at the modes and what it offers and the game as a whole. Now before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. To begin, DNF Duel is a fighting game based on Dungeon Fighter Online, a multiplayer beat-em-up action role-playing game. DNF Duel was developed by Arc System Works and 18. The game is being published by Nexon and coming to PC, PS4, and PS5. It's being sold at $49.99, so it's not a full price game. When you press start, you will be in the main menu, which contains 4 options: online mode, local mode, practice mode, and collection. Now, sadly at the time of making my video, servers aren't up, so I couldn't connect and check out the options in online mode. But when it goes live, I will add a segment here that shows what it has. I decided to redo a bit this part to have going over the online mode. So in the online mode, you will have 3 different options. You will have rank match, which is just what it sounds. Good thing though is you will be able to select like an idea of where you are, so it's not gonna be that easy for you to meet other people who might be a lot better at the game quicker, or people who got copies early, in theory, because you can select like where you want to start in the sense of like how you want to get matched, because it says novice, intermediate, and expert, so you can sort of select where you want to start and how you feel with the game. The next setup is player match, which here is just what we've all been playing in the beta. You can do a lobby, you can find a lobby, you can select like chibi characters that you want to do, and finally there is ranking. That's it. I'm a bit I don't know, disappointed in the sense where this is just me and I don't feel everybody's here, but I understand people like going into the lobbies, using the chibi characters whatsoever, and this is a ArcSys staple for years now, so it's not something that I've never encountered. The thing though is I don't like that. I don't like all those extra steps. For me, I want to have training mode and have a toggle that says, do you want to search for online matches? I put yes, and as I'm lapping or as I'm playing around, or, you know, warming up, I can find matches, and then it says press start to continue with your match. I press start, I'll match. Like, that is what I want. I want quick stuff. I want quick options. When an option just says quick match. Like, I don't like the lobbies. I don't like interacting with people. No offense to anyone. It's just, I want to play fighting games. I don't want to talk. Or I hate reading the stupid chat and stuff. That's just me, and this is a part where I feel I'm disappointed, because I thought with Strife that like they were like getting it, because yes, in Strife you still have to go into the lobbies, which I hate, but you can go in training mode and just wait it out and just quickly match. That's just me, but again, this is expected from ArcSys. The other thing about online mode is it has rollback netcode, which that's fantastic. It means matches are gonna run most of the time smooth. Now, local mode has 4 modes. Free battle, which is just where you can fight the computer or your friends offline. Pretty normal. Then you have story mode, where the way it works is you watch cutscenes and then fight in between.
The seeds attract a new challenger. 건방진. 더 이상
I was surprised because I just thought the story mode would only be like cutscenes, but hey, it's something at least to keep you entertained. Obviously, this isn't as creative as what they did, for example, with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which I think they could have gone a more creative route with this game, especially since it's based on like a multiplayer beat 'em up game. But I don't want to complain much because I think it does the job through. Now each character has its own story and there tends to be 9 chapters. There are long cutscenes, so if you don't skip them, each character story mode takes some time, so it's not something like 20 to 40 minutes and you're done. Also, I want to add some of the cutscenes and even artwork look super good when you see them. Like the illustrations just look really great. You also get to know a bit of each character, and the story mode also contains a glossary for certain words that you might not understand. And that's pretty much it. It's cutscene, fight, which I know it's not anything innovative, but does the job for sure. The next mode is arcade mode, which you will fight 8 different fights against the CPU with the goal of you basically getting a better score. There are 3 difficulties to test yourself out, and each of course will have their own score. Nothing new here, and no story or anything related, because sometimes arcade modes back in the day used to have like story segments or like some brief cutscenes or something like that. Then you have survival mode, which is a bit more interesting. Basically, you will fight against CPUs and they will progressively get stronger. I think this is the mode I enjoy the most. You will have 3 courses to choose from, each having more fights you will need to play and fight after the other. Here, as you fight and win matches, you will earn a currency, and of course a score too, but the currency is the important aspect. At the end of the match, you will be able to use the currency, and from a menu of options, you can purchase one thing. And it can be like increase your attack, defense, health, MP recovery, like a lot of options, all with different values. You can also choose to not buy anything and wait until like the next match, see if you want to then go all in. There's options to like increase your score, but the enemy is stronger. So a ton here to do. Personally, once I'm done with story mode, I feel here is where I would be putting my time offline, apart from practice mode. This is pretty much it for local mode. The next mode is practice mode. Here there are 2 modes. Training mode, which is very normal for fighting games. You can use this mode to practice combos, lab situations, like there's a lot here you can set up to train. The training mode has a lot of options that you expect. Sadly, so far as like I've been looking around, I couldn't find anything related to frame data, which I understand. Some people might argue and tell you this is a more basic fighting game or more aimed towards casuals, but I still think adding frame data would have been nice and helpful. The next mode is tutorial mode, and there's quite a lot here. You have a basic tutorial for each character that goes over their skills, awakenings, effects. They're very descriptive and give a lot of information. You also have combo challenges for each character, which can get real nutty and fun to do. So definitely will be fun trying all those combos and trying to complete the challenges. Then each character has like 8 challenges, or it's aimed towards helping you in certain situations. Now, is this tutorial perfect? I don't think so, and yes, there might be some reading, but in all honesty, I feel it gives you a good idea of certain moves, how they work, how certain mechanics work, gives you like a broad and like very descriptive idea of how certain characters and their buffs when they're like awakening would work. I feel it's nicely complete. The command list is very detailed too. Like if you look at it, it shows you a video of the move, gives a ton of description of the move, and some suggestions for situations to use. Finally, you have collection, which is player profile, replay library, gallery, and glossary. Now, not much is here, but I feel gallery is nice to see the illustrations, and you can purchase them by using the money you get in the game. And then there's glossary, which contains the information that like if you forget something or you're curious about something in the world, you can learn there. So here, I just want to briefly talk about the gameplay. Like I said, I'm not going to do any deep dive or character breakdowns. I just want to gloss a bit over it to at least comment. So when it comes to gameplay, typical fighting game. Now, a big thing to note is the inputs. So a lot of fighting games have motion inputs. That's the famous quarter circle or 236, depending on how you know it. 214, which is quarter circle back. Like there's a lot of different inputs and motions that you're able to see. Obviously, in the recent years, we have seen a lot of fighting game developers transition to make it more simpler. Before, you would be able to do like a fucking 720. They seem to be transitioning towards making it more simple. At the same time, I don't feel it affects too much doing combos. Some people will argue. There's some argument here and there about simplifying or making inputs much easier. But I'm not here to talk about that or go over that. You have basically simple inputs. So in the game, you have a skill button and a MP skill button. MP skill abilities uses the meter that you have, which is referred to as MP, while skill abilities just don't use it. Now, skill abilities are your special moves, and MP skill ability are your special MP moves. At least that's how I'm trying to give you a quick breakdown. I know names are a little bit mixed. Your special moves are gonna have simple inputs, so down, right, left, the skill button. Whereas your special MP moves have simple inputs, down, right, left, and the MP skill button. Or you could do traditional inputs, 236, quarter circle up, MP skill button. Now you might be wondering, well, is there a difference between using the simple inputs versus technical inputs? And well, there is. So it's not too big, but it's definitely something to consider using as you get more into the game and you get better, which is that technical input, your mana recovery or your MP recovery is much quicker when you use the technical input than when you use the simple input. It's not very big, but it's definitely something to consider, and there might be other nuances, but that's the basic gist that you get when you learn about the game. So you have an MP bar, and as you're losing health and you're getting damaged, your MP is going to be increasing. So you start off with 100, and as you lose health or as you are getting attacked, you will see your MP rise, and it can go up to 200, which of course means you can do a lot more special moves. So that's a big thing to consider and to understand how you want to approach and play the game. Another thing is there's something called red damage and white damage. So depending on the type of the attack that is landed, you will either receive white damage or red damage. White damage can gradually be recovered over time if you don't get hit, while red damage will not recover. Now the reason you have white damage is because they have a system called conversion. So basically, when you have white damage remaining in your HP, you can select to do what's called conversion. Conversion automatically will cancel most attacks excluding grabs, some MP skills, and awakening skills. By using white damage, you can recover MP since it works like a canceling system. It opens up some routes of combos that you wouldn't be able to do normally, but because you're doing cancels, you might. So the whole conversion system opens up like a lot of stuff, and there's also a trade-off that you want to use wisely when it comes to, do you want to lose the possibility of getting more health, or do you want to, use it to get some MP back, and maybe you're mid-combo and you're like, oh, I can use this to cancel and do something even more creative or do more damage. And that's pretty much it for the gameplay. I mean, all characters work different and play very differently. That's one of the things that I like about the game. They all have their own uniqueness, and they all feel very strong in their own way, which is what makes the game fun. At least for me, that's what I think. Personally, I've been looking forward for this game for a while, and I have been having a ton of fun with it. As a fighting game package, I feel this is pretty complete and at a good price, which is $49.99. The game looks gorgeous. It has a roster of 16 characters. It actually has a story mode that you can play, and each character gets their own story, even if it's a bit basic to style. Tutorial mode has a lot of information that will definitely help new players out and veterans. Some other fun modes like survival, which is definitely a blast. Online has rollback netcode, so you're set to be able to play matches very well. I think this is a good package for what we usually get with fighting games, and I can recommend it for sure to many people to try. For me, I love this game and I can't wait to be playing it online. So that's it for me, but as always, it's not just about my thoughts. What are your thoughts, guys? Feel free to leave them down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.